guys, welcome back to Cheers. I have a requested video for a everyday makeup routine. I like to keep it simple most days because I'll wake up and it's super early. I'm not a morning person, so most mornings it's a struggle bus. But like this video if you also wake up early to get your day started. If you're interested in this makeup look, then just keep watching. I'm starting with the Tony Moly BCdation and this new velvet sponge I found at TJ Maxx. It came in like a 3-pack, so it doesn't really have a brand name. But I've kind of been testing it out and I'm not really sure how I like it so far. It is definitely harder to blend than with other sponges, but I do like the finish. It gives you a more heavier coverage, so I like it on these early waking days because it covers a lot of imperfections and dark circles, which, a girl needs as much help as she could get. I use about a half a pump's worth to cover half of my face. I'm gonna fast forward through the rest of my foundation routine so that you don't have to sit here and watch me slowly put on my foundation. Foundation just makes a world of a difference. Next, I'm going in with my e.l.f. primer infused bronzer and a big fluffy brush, and I swirl it in there and just really lightly contour my face. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to make my cheekbones super sculpted or anything, but it's mostly just to add a little bit of warmth and color to my face. Foundation alone can kind of take away the dimension and natural shading your face has, so adding that back in with a nice bronzer can help your face look dimensional again. Next, I take a smaller brush into the same bronzer just to contour my nose. I do have a flatter nose bridge, so I enjoy doing this step every day. It is a little bit time consuming, but since I do it so often, I've gotten pretty quick with it, and I don't really take my time to make it perfect or anything. Again, it's just to bring the dimension back that was lost from just using the foundation. So I use it to kind of go up into my brow and then really concentrate it down both sides of my nose bridge. As you can see, it looks pretty harsh right now, but I go back in with whatever foundation's left over on my sponge and blend the rest of the bronzer out. Next, I'm using a blush by Flower Beauty. It's called Peach Primrose, and I'm just using a generic fluffy brush to apply that to the cheekbones and a little bit to the apples of the cheeks. I tend to do a heavier application of blush on most days just because it helps me look more awake and youthful. Then I'm going in with my Essence Pure Nude highlight in the shade Be My Highlight and a really fluffy dome brush. I go in like a crescent moon shape, starting from my cheekbones, kind of onto my temples, and repeat that on the other side to give you that glow. I also apply some on my chin, and I use a smaller brush to apply a little dot on the tip of my nose as well as the bridge of my nose. To keep things looking more natural, I go back in with that same sponge and use whatever leftover makeup I have to go over my highlighted areas to make my highlight look a little more subdued. Now it's time for the brows. I'm going in with my Anastasia Brow Definer pencil. When I start my brow, I always go in on the underside of my brow just to get that guideline marked of how I want my brow shaped to look that day. On an everyday basis, I usually do a more straighter brow with a slight arch. After that guideline is drawn, I kind of fill in the rest of my brow with the pencil, and then I go in with my spoolie to blend things out. I don't apply anything directly to the front of my brow, I just use the spoolie to blend the product up into the front of my brow because I like that more natural look. Then I go back in with the pencil side and fill in any areas that the spoolie blended away. Now for the next brow. Ta-da! Next I go in with my RCMA No Color Powder and rub that all over my eyelids because on my dry face, the only part that's oily is my eyelids. So I have to make sure I get the translucent powder all over so that it prevents any foundation creasing or my mascara smudging throughout the day. I'm going back in with my e.l.f. bronzer and a blending brush and just using that to put onto my eyelids as well. I put a little more on the outer corners and then blend the rest of it into my inner corners. This is mostly just to add that shading back in, and I like using bronzer just because it kind of ties everything together. I like seeing the same brown tone and warmth in my eye area as my contour. It just makes everything look a little more natural and just like, oh, she woke up like that. That's cool. Continuing on the eyes, I'm using my Tartelette in Bloom palette that has been well loved, going into that activist shade and a small brush. This one is by Chanel and it's the number 4. I use this really dark shade to kind of mimic an eyeliner without actually having to pull out your liquid liner because, girl, I don't know about you, but in the mornings I am not that coordinated, so I need something easy that's gonna get the job done, and this is super easy and it makes a huge difference on the eyes. I'm gonna repeat this step on the other eye so I have 2 very full looking lash lines. Now I'm curling my lashes with my Shiseido lash curler. I like to kind of do a upwards motion using small crimps all the way from the base of my lash to the tips of my lash to get that good curl. Then I go in with my Heroine Make Volume and Curl Mascara, the super waterproof kind, because girl, my lashes are straight and the super waterproof formula helps them stay curled all day long. I like to wiggle my wand back and forth through my lashes. This helps build volume and give the illusion of more lashes on my lash line. As you guys know, I don't have too many. I have pretty sparse straight lashes, so this technique really helps me get that perk that I need. Now the other eye. Now the makeup look is finished. All I gotta do is change and get ready for the day. Just love when you can find a quick outfit, right? This is the completed look. Yas, girl. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me this morning. Please give this video a like if you did, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell, and cheers! Bye!